Count yourself lucky. This is a haul video because I like fragrances. This was supposed to be all about the 2020 release because that's what I'm doing now is Pokemoning a bunch of 2020 releases and unboxing them. However, I decided, this Gucci Guilty EDP 2020 release, and I kind of went, I want to get the Cologne too. So you're getting a twofer today. So after the Absolute, Gucci Guilty Absolute, which I absolutely love, by the way, no pun intended, but damn. And Gucci Guilty Oud, two releases. Oud, I don't have yet. My splitter has my bottle, but I'm getting it. And it feels like the Guilty series has finally arrived. Because before those two, the original sucked. Intense sucked. I think there's an O version. Sucked. Gucci Guilty was just known as just mainstream BS. I hated the Gucci Guilties. I felt like Gucci was done. Then they released, thank you Alberto, then they released Absolute, and I was like, oh. And then they released Oud. I was like, yes. So, Gucci Guilty, just because on the strength of those two, you got my money. You get these two. So now let's find out. Is the streak going to continue? Or is Gucci Guilty back in the shithouse? Keep it tuned in. Fragrance family, welcome to the Robes08 channel. My name's Mark. I'm your host. Today we're unboxing and giving a first impression on Gucci Guilty Twins by the House of Gucci. Two newer releases, 2019, 2020. Now, if you're new here, thanks for watching, but subscribe, hit that bell, support your boy. You know me, look at my channel. I'm active. I'm also all over social media under my YouTube handle, Robes08. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can keep tabs on me on some behind the scenes stuff, right? I post my Center of the Day, Center of the Night post on Instagram, on Facebook. I talk about new purchases that I bought maybe a few days ago, and I say, hey, there's gonna be a video coming up on these, and what I'm working on as far as fragrance reviews on my channel. So if you're a big Robes08 fan, come join me on the other platforms and see what I'm working on. Now, if you have a Facebook account, yes, you can follow me on my page just for yours truly, but you can also head over to my group called Fragrance Guru Nation where me and 18,000 under members, we're discussing new fragrances, new and old, of course. People talk about, something they just purchased, recommendations. People buy, sell, swap, split fragrances on that group. You discover new YouTubers, new and old, post their new videos or their channel link. Just a great source of information on Facebook. Absolutely love it. I go there from time to time and I get information or things that actually give me ideas for new videos or new purchases, things like that. So let's get to the Gucci Twins because I want to unbox these just as much as you want to watch me unbox these. Gucci Guilty as a series, man, the joke of the fragrance community way back when, absolutely. For me, I have all the Gucci Guilties, and I haven't even done a review on the Gucci Guilties because I'm so sick of them. Gucci Guilty Absolute, though, it's funny because most people actually hate that fragrance. It's a freaking masterpiece. I absolutely love that one, and I don't throw masterpiece that often, but that thing as a designer scent, so good. Now, Gucci Guilty Twins. Well, we're gonna start with the old, the Cologne version, the older one, right? Well, we'll keep the EDP for later, but the Cologne version. This is a tricky one because right now, I'm liking where Gucci's going with their line. They're going upwards. They're trending upwards as far as frag heads go. The Gucci Guilty stuff, hopefully it's behind them. Let's go back to where you guys were good, like Gucci Put On 1, 2, Gucci Envy, things like that. Yeah, that's what we want. So, so this is one of these that it's a toss-up because Cologne versions, they can be bad for some of the greater fragrances. I don't know. It's a really it's going to be a hard one. So we'll see. It's either going to be really, really bad or it's actually going to be surprisingly good. That's my thought. So Gucci Guilty Cologne 2019 release. Let's unbox this sucker. So as far as the nose behind this, I believe it's Maurice again. Gucci kind of likes Mr. Alberto. Why not? He's Mr. Designer, I guess. You know what? The reason why I bought this, and I'm going to be frank, I was perusing the net for this one. I was like, hey, I found the 2020 release. Let's take a look at the cologne. Let's take a look at the reviews. And some of the reviews were saying, this is not a crowd pleaser. This is unique. And those are like keywords for me. Like, you think that's a bad review? That's a good review in my eyes. I'm like, yes, don't, you know, especially a cologne version of a fragrance. Usually these are boring. They're shit. So let's see. So it's got light green juice, which I kind of wish they made like a mint based fragrance, but we'll see. So let's smell this sucker. Gucci Guilty Cologne Pour Homme. That is unique. That's different. It's got it's got a metallic tinge to it. It's ice cold. Yeah, that's weird. And I like it. It's fresh, but it's weird. Okay, how can I do it? Clean, zesty, metallic, green, cold, powdery, soapy, heliotrope. Heliotrope is up in here. Some sweetness, a little bit of juniper in here. It's got a little bit of an aquatic tinge here, a little bit of an herbal take too. Bright, fresh. Maurice. Gucci. Who would have thunk Gucci would have done a unique cologne for their Gucci Guilty series? If I was a betting man 5-6 years ago, no. I would have said, nope. Yeah, that metallic tinge is... that's what's... it's got a little bit of citrus. That is what's intriguing me to this fragrance. Without that, maybe a little boring, a little off the cuff still, but very interesting for a fresh scent. Maurice. Interesting. Okay, I'll say interesting. I don't think it's great, but I think it's an interesting release to get back to. So I can't wait to get that one on skin. So next, Gucci Guilty Pour Homme EDP Eau de Parfum. So what got me intrigued in this, Mr. Redolescent, Steven, if you're watching, love you, buddy. His thumbnail, salt and vinegar. You sold me. You know how to do thumbnails and how to get those clicks. Yes, you do. So you intrigued me with that. And yes, there is a salt and vinegar note in here, or an accord. So I'm interested. It also has a pimento or chili note in here too. I haven't smelt this as a blind buy. It's got a lot of florals in the mid too. Orange blossom, neroli, and lavender. Very could go barber shoppy, spring-like type of scent. So, well, what are we waiting for? All right, let's get to it. So the cologne surprised me. And that's the one I thought was going to be bad. So that's interesting. Now this one, maybe Gucci is just, I know they have some new creative heads at Gucci. They change things up. They switch things up, which I think is a good thing. This bottle, nice bottle actually. I really like the black and gold, or silver. I like that. And I got the 50 ml bottles for these. I think that's, I paid what, $60, $70 Canadian. Not a big deal. Doesn't break the bank. So let's smell this one. Salt, vinegar, chili. What are you going to get me? Oh, whoo, a lot fresher than I thought. Transparent. Whoo, oh, watery. Okay, watery rose. It's got a little bit of that chili pepper, a little bit. Watery rose with a little kick. It's unique. Who would have thunk it? 2020, here I am talking about Gucci Guilties, and I'm using words like unique, creative. It's got a little bit of muskiness, a little bit of salty tendencies here. Very much tippy-toeing into more of a spring scent. I think this will be a stunner for spring. Now, the rose in here, not the best representation. Like, there's some really good rose-based scents. Déclaration d'un Soir, I'm Talking to You. Toy Boy, I just unboxed that a few weeks back. That one's good. This one, it's good. It's actually, I don't want to knock it. It's good. It's probably, a second-tier rose in the designer game. Ooh, it's got a little bit of balsamic quality. It's probably that vinegar coming in. But salt and vinegar, no. But it has some of that, a little bit of that salty quality, a little bit. It's got the salty tendencies, musky, but more rose dominant with a little bit of that pimento, just giving a little bit of kick. Very soft. I was surprised. I thought this was going to be a thicker release. Safe-ish. Again, I want to say unique, but also safe. The pimento or the vinegar, they're not really emphasized in this. I want to spray another one, but rose-centric to my nose with pimento. Yeah, well, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, rose. A little bit of a creamy, woody feel to the fragrance, but interesting, unique. Wow, Gucci Guilty. Man, I didn't think I was going to do a video like this and be so positive about the Gucci Guilty series. Okay, so not huge standouts. This is me ending it here. Not huge standouts. Nothing too crazy here, but at the same time, I appreciate both these releases off strips. Again, this is not off skin. I can't wait to do Pop the Cherries on both of them, but both have interesting characteristics to them. They're both not scrubbers off the bat, which is obviously a really good thing. This is obviously not like Gucci Guilty Absolute where I was just blown away right off the bat. No, but interesting enough for me to be kind of impressed. So I can't wait to try these out on skin, and I love that you guys are hanging out and checking out my ride with the Gucci Guilty brothers here. So thank you. You've heard my take. Now it's your turn in the comments below. I know a lot of you probably have smelt this. Love to hear your take on that. This one fairly new, so maybe not. But Gucci Guilty series, don't call it a comeback. They're here. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.